Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading. We're going to talk about love, romance, and dating. Please come into the reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something or better yourself. And if the messages that come through don't resonate for you, feel free to push them aside. They may resonate for you at a later date, so you may want to revisit the messages. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is, of course, optional advice, guidance, and energy check-in. Oof, we started off good with the Two of Cups. Then we got a little trouble going on here. But I'm going to help you work your way through it. So here we go. Let's get some messages for Taurus's best and highest good. All right, there's Three of Cups. I like that. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. Yeah, I'm not shocked. You definitely have a little bit of tricky energy here, but let's see what we can get you for helpful messages in your dating, romantic love life. So Five of Wands to the Page of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles. Some of you, it's like you were really working to manifest something, and then once you got it, it didn't quite meet your expectations, or it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Some of you, it's like you were struggling to get the attention of a certain person, and like they finally asked you out, and then you finally got to know them, and you're just like, ugh, I don't really like them. I'm sorry, that's kind of a bummer message to start with, but I have to start here. And the reason why the messages initially are a little bit like wah-wah is because they're flanked by fives. So fives are always agents of change and chaos, but once we get through them, it's smooth sailing, right? So you might kind of be in the midst of this sort of and then Page of Pentacles isn't a bad card by any means. I mean, there are no bad cards in tarot. There's just more challenging energy, right? Page of Pentacles is like a small opportunity. There's a chance for growth here. But then some of you are struggling with your own health, or you might be dating or married to someone or dealing with someone who's having their own sort of personal challenges and issues either with their health, illness, or it could have to do with their financial health in terms of like they may have lost their job and so money is a little bit tighter, or we have to save our money now because we don't have that other stream of income. I see that impacting relationships in some capacity. All right, now let's move up to some more interesting cards. And that may or may not factor into what I'm going to say here. Let's see. So we have the Two of Cups to the Lovers, and then the Four of Cups. All right, so there's definitely some issues of jealousy coming through, and I'm not sure if it's on your part or someone else kind of in your periphery, in kind of like your energy. It could be your friends group or family or something like that. Yeah, I don't frequently get these messages, but I do kind of get the idea that if you're in a very happy, thriving relationship, there's someone around you that is kind of like rooting for it to fail, which is a terrible message, and I don't like that at all. But I only mention it because it's like, be careful who you're sharing your energy with and what you're posting on social media, because there's just weird vibes with someone who, I think you probably know who this is intuitively, Taurus. But yeah, it's like someone is like jealous, and it could be like an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend of either you or the person that you're dating or you're married to. It's like there's just something in the mix. There's like a little snake in the grass. And this person goes home and feels like really shitty about themselves because they see you like thriving and doing well and making connections and all that. And I'm not saying they're doing like spell work and stuff like that, but there is kind of like this energetic, like rooting for something to go wrong so that they can swoop in and come back into this person's life or your life, or I don't know. It's like, I think they like drama and they really like attention. It could be a Gemini, it could be a Leo, it could be another Taurus for that matter. But yeah, there's just like some weird energy of like shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and this person was almost mine, but Taurus stole them. And it feels very high school. It feels very drama. I'm literally getting the idea of like the movie Heathers, where it's like fake nice. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's kind of like backstabbing and out for each other's throats. So I don't think you're dumb, Taurus. I think you would know who this is in your life. And I'm going to pose this too. For some of you, it might kind of sort of be you. And I'm not here to judge, right? I'm reading the energy of the cards, but I will just come out and say, though, if that is you and you're kind of like on the fringes of, third party-ish because you're in love with someone who's already married or in a relationship, You know what I'm going to say, right? I mean, I get it. It's hard when you're in that situation and you want things that you can't necessarily have, but you have to take it as a sign that they're just not meant for you at that time anyway. And so rather than putting your energy into trying to like manipulate or control or sort of bring down the fall of this happy companionship or this relationship, put your energy into yourself and putting yourself out there and making new friends and new connections. I'm not sure who that message is going out to, but somebody needs to hear it, and it might be a cross watcher too. There's definitely like someone who's trying to infringe upon a couple that is already established here. So whoever that is, just putting it out there. Let's see. So then you have a little bit of healing. Let's see. 4 of Swords and then 3 of Cups. Some of you who are in the midst of getting over a breakup, it could be that you still are very much sentimental about something from the past. And in this situation, I'm hearing that that's okay. But the energy that you're spending on going through old photographs or old texts and, reminiscing of how great it used to be, if something has come to an end, by choice or just by default, it's wonderful that you have those happy memories and you should be grateful that they happened, but you need to put more energy into healing and moving away from this in a way where you're opening up your heart to new possibilities and new opportunities. You're always going to have the memories of that, but leaning into the memories and sort of shutting yourself out from other possibilities is not the healthiest way to cope and deal and heal with this. And some of you need to spend more time healing. You might not quite be ready to put yourself out there again because you did go through a breakup or maybe somebody passed or there's some sort of mourning I definitely see here. Some of you just feel burnt out and overworked and you feel like it is impacting your dating life or your romantic partnership. I think you do have a good partner who loves and supports you. But you have to be able to do that for yourself. And I do mean emotionally, right? Not just, monetarily or financially. But yeah, being able to pick yourself back up and maybe get out of like a little slump of maybe like a little bit of depression or a little bit of like morose energy, plan a fun date with your person or, hang out with friends, something to kind of get your vibe and your spirits back up. Let's see. I do see some sort of reunion with friends. It could even be like a high school reunion for some of you, or meeting up at some sort of social gathering, a wedding or an anniversary where you get to mingle with old friends. And, it could be colleagues, people from the past. Again, there's this like once removed energy of seeing other people in happy, thriving relationships and like wishing that could be your story. Or again, there's someone at this reunion who's looking at you in that capacity. This is a little bit more subtle than the Lover's card. Like here, there was definitely jealous energy coming through. Scorpio, I think Scorpio, Taurus, Gemini, Libra. It doesn't really matter the sign, but I don't know. Someone who's kind of trying to interfere with the third party. Here, it's more just like it's not that this person isn't happy for the couple or the one who are celebrating their joy, their life, their pregnancy, whatever it is. But there is this like feeling of lack, like that's never my story, like it's never my turn. There is like a low vibe energy here, Taurus. I'm not going to lie. I hope I haven't lost all of you. Like I said, I'm here to help and support, right? But like you have challenging cards this week. So with Page of Pentacles being the absolute center card in your spread, it's a good week or month to take baby steps in terms of sort of getting back on track, investing time in yourself, your health, your body, your energy. That's crucial for Taurus, right? Being an earth sign. It's sort of like you may be living a little bit too much in your head right now and worrying about scenarios, especially financial scenarios that I'm not saying they're completely out of your control, but here's the thing. I do think you know the solution on how to fix them. It's just implementing those changes and, pulling back the spending or whatever it is for you. You know what the solution is. It's just, making those changes might be a little bit hard, and in which case you may have to sacrifice certain aspects or avenues of like pleasure or fun or whatever it is, but it doesn't mean your life is going to be, void of those pleasures. I think you have to be a little bit more creative in how you're, spending your time, your value, your assets, however you want to say it. And maybe what you're doing with your partnership, I feel like some of you are stuck in a rut too, because unfortunately you're dealing with a situation that's out of your control, especially maybe a parent who is requiring a lot from you right now and needing your help, potentially illness or something like that. I don't ever predict anything scary. That's just not what I do. But again, if that's your message, it'll resonate. You'll know the storyline there. All right, so then maybe there's a fire sign that comes in. Let's see. For potential dating options, there could be a connection with a Gemini that is potentially healthy, but even if that's the case, I feel like you're not totally in it, like you're not totally feeling it. There could also be a fire sign who reaches out and asks you out or wants to date you, but you have your suspicions about the fire sign, or there's a little bit of self-sabotaging energy on one or both of your parts. And it may have nothing to do with having other romantic prospects. It's more sort of this self-sabotaging energy of, I'm stuck in sort of like a depressive rut, or things just aren't going right. So even when something good comes into my life, I sort of go glass half empty, where I'm just like, oh, it won't work out anyway. This person's going to leave me anyway, or I don't have time to date, so I'm not even going to, make plans to meet up with them. That's sort of what I'm getting from this Seven of Swords. It's more just careful of those self-sabotaging ways of where, you may have an opportunity to do something that's very good for you, that could be very beneficial and enjoyable, but you're very quick to be a homebody right now and just be, oh, no, I don't have time. I don't have the energy. With King of Wands, there's something very exciting and very fun and joyful and playful. So I don't know. It's sort of like if there's like an expression, like if you get offered a seat on a rocket ship, it's like, don't ask where in the rocket ship you're going to be sat. It's like, if an opportunity comes, don't ask for the specifics. Just go with your gut instinct that maybe this is something the universe wants you to do. I totally botched that expression too. It's like, if you're offered a trip to the moon, don't ask what seat. It's something like that, okay? Sorry, I made that so clunky. All right, so tell me about this fire sign that's interested in Taurus. What's the deal? Eight of Wands, they want to take you on a trip. They want to take you on a journey. They want to go places with you, right? That could just be a metaphor. There might be an opportunity to get away for the weekend, though, too, especially, this could be a husband or, someone who you are already partnered up with. Yeah, there might just be a need to, get away from your problems and just forget about them for the weekend. And it's not about dismissing them or pretending they don't exist. Full well, when you return, your problems will still be waiting there for you. But again, this kind of mental strife and energy of not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, or being confused about how to get yourself out of this predicament. Sometimes you just need to completely disregard it for a few days and let your mind kind of wander. And sometimes that opens up your soul, your energy, your intuition to receive messages and downloads from the universe that can help you problem solve in a way that isn't like, I need a solution now, how do I do it? You want this very black and white answer, and I feel like the universe, it's trying to communicate with you, but you're not in a place of being receptive to those, again, more creative ideas, or being more open to sort of I hate to say spiritual solutions, but your angel gang, God, source, spirit, universe, whatever you believe in, they are going to see you through this. They are guiding you and helping you, but I feel like you're missing the mark, you're missing the signs, you're missing the communications. In fact, let's give you an angel number for confirmations. I feel like you guys need to be more present, because it's like you've gone up into your head and you've lost connection to your body and sort of the intuitive part, which is not like you, Taurus. So let's see. So 8, I am successful. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 representing the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. I also associate that number with Leo and Scorpio a little bit. Yeah, go on a date with the fire sign. I do like the vibes there. For those who are already in some sort of third party with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or maybe an Aquarius, Gemini, I don't know. You full out know, right? If there's extramarital stuff going on. I think the Eight of Wands is saying, you need to remove yourself from that situation once and for all. And if you do, you're going to be so much happier. You won't have to do these mental gymnastics of are they going to leave their person or this and that. There's definitely that vibe here. I keep kind of seeing that repeated message of sort of third party stuff. And typically I kind of dismiss that because I don't see potential in it, but I do feel like it's come up enough where I do need to mention hey, if that's you and you're waiting around for your person to leave someone else, I think think that's a misuse of your energy when you could be so much happier if you decide to choose an alternate path, really. That's what I see here. Three of Pentacles, yeah, choosing to build elsewhere, choosing to build with someone else. Focusing on, and if you're not ready to date, I mean, you are watching a love and romance tarot reading, but, you know, if this resonates for you on some other level, it's saying put more passion and energy into your passion projects, into what lights your fire, even if that is in hermit mode. You know, maybe that's writing your book, or maybe that's knitting, or maybe that's, you know, redoing your house or painting, or you know, whatever it is. There's a need to get away from your problems. And the thing is, like, the solution and the resolution will come, but focusing on it so much, it's like constipated. I'm sorry to use that expression, but it's like we're trying to force something to come that it's just not ready. We have to let it happen organically. Take a long hot bath, Taurus. That feels like good advice for you. Like, reset your energy. And yeah, immerse yourself in like fun, playful energy. Do something silly, do something childlike, do something that, you know, it really piques your interest, something that's been on your list of to-dos that is, you know, maybe something you're like, oh, I just don't have time. I just, you know, I need to be focused on other things. No, there's good reason why the universe is asking you to participate in something that you may view as like fluff or excess, or, you know, just for fun. That is actually sort of a huge key to sort of unlocking the next door in this chapter, that you're sort of, it's like you're trying to bridge the gap of something. You're like in the in-between. Again, these conflicts and chaos in your life, they will find resolution. You will find resolution, but it's like you have to work through them in a way where you're opening yourself up to new potentials and new possibilities. All right, Taurus. Woo, this was a bit of a tricky one. I hope this resonates for some of you. Hang in there. I'm giving you a big energetic hug this week, Taurus. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.